Hey, what's up, beautiful people? This is your June monthly astrological intuitive energy report. So, man, there is so much going on, guys. Holy fuck. What the fuck? Let's get into this. First off, let me say first, thank you very much for coming to my channel and for liking, sharing, and subscribing. This month, if you didn't think that things could get any more extreme or any more serious or any more fucking weird or any more crazy, you were dead wrong, honestly, okay? Things are just going to keep going. And June is going to be the month that things peak, okay? June, we're coming into eclipse season here, all right? And this June 2020 is going to be the month where we see things just take on a whole different form. Because let's face it, there's been a lot of shit bubbling up underneath the surface, right? From the last eclipse season, from December 26th and January 10th, when we had the eclipses in Capricorn and Cancer, that was like, okay, moving into this whole experience that we're in right now, right? It was ending the era of the Capricorn-Cancer axis. Well, it was ending much more than that. But now we're coming into the Sagittarius and Gemini axis, okay? But we still have an eclipse in Cancer at 0 degrees of Cancer. But now we're shifting more into the Sagittarius and Gemini axis. So we're starting to notice this energy. So what does the South Node, North Node, and Sagittarius Gemini mean? Well, South Node Gemini, in relationship to what's going on in the world right now, South Node Gemini is everything going on out there in the world, guys. The South Node is all about looking at the world, looking at like how people travel, looking at the macro, okay? Looking at everything that's going on and being caught up in the macro, being caught up in all the world events and all the crazy shit that's going on out there, all right? There's so much distraction out there that we can get caught up in. Now, what is the North Node? The North Node is about in here, right? On the bottom part of the zodiac is internal. On the top part of the zodiac is external, okay? So the North Node is at the bottom, man. It's internal, it's in here, and Gemini is in the mind, okay? But it's not only just about the mind. It's about community. It's about getting your thoughts out there, all right? And of course, as you can see right now, everybody's telling their opinion about everywhere, there is so much shit out there, guys. And look, there's clearly a separation going on right now, right? Gemini is the two distinct bodies of behavior. It's like the angel and the devil sitting on the shoulder talking to you, right? But it doesn't have to be that way. However, in order for things to change, that is what is basically ensuing right now. And this might get a little political. I'm just going to throw it out there because let's face it, right now the world is in a political crisis, okay? And that is where this ending of this Capricorn era, actually, this is the Pluto coming into the last degrees of Capricorn, okay? The United States will be hitting its exact, I believe it's 27 degrees of Capricorn, which is the degree when the country was founded, all right? So we are literally just a few degrees away from the Pluto's location when we had the Declaration of Independence. And as you can see, there's all kinds of shit coming up about the Constitution, about what is independence, what does it mean, the entire reason, the entire purpose why we came to this country, why we founded this country as a people, all right, to be free, to be independent, to not be slaves, like, back in the day, they were slaves to the British, right? We came over here to get away from that bullshit, and it has followed us here. And now, hundreds of years later, it is coming up and it is getting to a boiling point, but this needs to happen, okay? This whole deep state thing, this control mechanism where it makes life so fucking hard. Guys, dude, look, life is not meant to be hard. Life is not supposed to be involved in suffering, okay? Now, we are in a psycho-spiritual war right now. And this experience is bringing up from the unconscious, okay, this Pluto energy, all this stuff. It's bringing up all this unrest that has been suppressed and repressed. and every single person, the entire collective consciousness, it's purging right now. And we're seeing it everywhere, okay? Now, what's really unfortunate is that there are dark forces out there that want to divide us, okay? But the answer is unity. That's what Saturn in Aquarius is all about. All right? It's how do we find unity when we are so divided? Okay, we have to create this unity in order to create this new earth that we want. And just gonna put it out there that not everybody's gonna want to come with. Okay, a lot of people, they enjoy living in fear. A lot of people, they're just stuck there. So if you're one of those that are trying to convert people to raise their vibration, to raise their consciousness, getting out there and telling them what's wrong with them is not going to work. You have to just be it. You have to take this vibration and you have to embody it. And through the embodiment of this vibration, you will attract your tribe. And the North Node in Gemini is about attracting your tribe, right? And at 29 degrees, this is a prime time. This is exactly when we need to attract our tribe. So when we focus on the North Node, we're focusing on bringing people together and bringing communities together to evolve, really. So what does evolution look like? Well, evolution is about sharing ideas and sharing stories and purging out denser energies and helping each other learn and network and grow in different ways, which is exactly what we do in my opportunity community, right? We create a scenario, a situation similar to like how Burning Man works, right? When you go to Burning Man, they have a community guidelines. They have these rules that you have to abide by in order to be a part of the community. Everyone has to participate, okay? This is the Aquarian age, guys. And the powers that be don't want us to evolve to the Aquarian age. We have got to stand up, but the way that we stand up is not by giving in to this fucking tyranny. It's so sad and it makes me fucking nauseous. All the destruction and all the conflict and all the bullshit and all the misinformation that is thrown out there. It's sad, but it's reality. It's fact, right? So we can't just be all huffy, puffy, and fluffy and happy and it's all positivity and just pray and meditate. No, this shit don't fucking work that way, guys. The fact is there is a shadow, okay? And we cannot have light without the dark. So we have to accept the shadow, accept the unknown, accept the dark, but take no shit and stand in our power of our boundaries. Stand in our power of our truth, and it all starts from within. And this month is going to show you where you are at. It's going to peak. This is where the bubble is going to burst. It's going to pop. It's going to fucking explode. This is where we're going to really define the direction that we're headed. Are we going in love or are we going in fear? Point blank, bottom line, straight to the fucking core, okay? Apologize for my language, but this is serious, guys, okay? We are coming into this new age and we have to make a decision consciously of what we want to do. So whatever situation that you're in, okay, you see these things going on everywhere. Guys, this is all orchestrated. These powers that be, these people that have all the money, they're paying, and they have paid, and it has been proven and shown in previous experiences, every previous experience, as a matter of fact. When there's protests, there's people that end up starting fights and start shooting and hurting people, okay? To incite that, hey, human beings cannot coexist or get along peacefully. They're like animals. We are not animals, guys. And the way that we do that is by working on ourselves. In order to change the external, we have to change the internal. And that's what Gemini is all about, okay? When we go within and we explore the depths of our shadow, then we stop projecting our shadow onto other people, and we allow ourselves the space and the ability and the consciousness to observe our own thoughts and our own feelings and go into it with a much more mature attitude, okay? All this stuff that is going on, all they're doing is they're setting up a situation to get a response. Then when they respond, they put a little book. They just nudge it along a little bit, and then it fucking blows up. And then they use that to their advantage and show, hey, see, look, I told you. So for all this stuff that's going on, there's 80% truth to all of it, okay? But that 20% that is not true, that is the disease that is in the collective unconsciousness. And right now, we are purging that disease. And the way that we purge that disease is by going within, to doing the work in ourselves, to grow and to learn and to flourish in our own vibration. Because if there is no shadow that we haven't faced, then there is no problem. And there are so many ways that we can do that, but we have to do it within ourselves. And they say, one person that does the work within is equivalent to 1,000 or 10,000 without. Okay? You stepping into your power means that other people are going to see that, get curious about it. It's going to shift their frequency, even just a little bit. All you need is that little bit to switch that vibration into a curiousness, not even a knowing. It's more of like a questioning the knowing that they have about whatever it is that they believe. And then once they question it, that will lead like a spiral down a rabbit hole, and that rabbit hole will guide them in their way to their awakening. But it is our job. If you are watching this, okay, if you are watching this, you are an awakened soul. You have experienced the shadow. You have faced at least a part of yourself, and it is time to take that process and bring it to the next level. And when you bring it to the next level, it is all within. It is not without. You don't need to go up to somebody and tell them how everything that they're fucking doing wrong. That's just going to piss them off, okay? And that's the polarity of this energy, okay? We have to do that. And like one of my favorite sayings is like, we'll tell them to fuck off with love, okay? And what I mean by that is, okay, I have solar boundaries. I'm not gonna bend to your shit, okay? Because I know my worth. I know myself. And this is going to test the deepest level of our self-worth, the deepest level of our self-confidence, and the deepest level of, look, this is what we really want, but this is what we're really doing. And how are we going to go forward into making that happen? Okay? So let's take a look at the charts, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to break down exactly how this month is going to go. But I'll tell you this one thing. This is the month that's going to be the decision maker for where you go for the rest of your life. This is it, guys. We are crossing the threshold. We are coming into this new world. And this new world, it's gonna look way fucking crazier than you ever even thought reality could be. But we have to step into that unknown in order to create the new world. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay? This is not an acid trip. This is real life. We have to grow into the people that we deep down, that vision in your mind of the person that you know who you are. You have this vision in your mind of this life that you want to have, all right? Whatever is incongruent between that vision and where you're really at. We need to close the gap, and we need to make the decision to go into that energy, to face the field, to purge it. And the universe is like, say, hey, it's yanking everybody up and say, hey, time to wake up. Let's go. Okay? So, coming into the charts on June 1st. Here, we're coming into June 1st with a bang, with Chiron, Uranus, and Black Moon Lilith at 8 degrees. Okay, so 888. It's a beautiful position. Numerologically, it's very auspicious. Okay, so this is saying, like, this is the universe telling us, hey, like, and with the energies that are here, this thing, if you go into your vulnerability, if you go into your addictions, if you go into your shadows, if you go into the unknown, and you embrace it and face it with all the courage that you have inside, you will come out victorious. But you have to meet the universe halfway. Okay, you have to go into it. You have to be willing to face it, and deep down, you know that you need to make something happen. Okay. In all these aspects, there is some massive, massive aspects this month. And all these aspects are covering and going over what it is that we have to do. Now, this is going to take us in some really weird places, really weird directions. So I want to caution you, okay? be careful of getting caught up in the media and like the world news, even if it's alternative news, okay? Now, there's a massive war going on many, many, many levels and layers, okay? But what's really important is what's in your reality, what's right in front of your face, what's in your home, what's in your neighborhood, what's in your area, okay? What's in your periph is what I like to say, okay? What is in your periph? If what is in your periph is okay, then focus on that. Now, if what is in your periph is not okay, still focus on that and find a way to make it better, okay? But we have to discover a new way to make it better. And that is still going within in that uncomfortable place. But I'd say 80% of people out there and their reality, okay, when things aren't as bad as we're projecting it to be, okay? Just like this freaking experience going on in the world, the CV, okay? It's way less problematic than they were trying to make it out to be, all right? It was a fucking illusion. With Neptune at 20 degrees of Pisces, that's the mass media, that's illusion, that's hocus pocus, and that's the dark side of this illusion and delusion stuff, okay? And now with Mars here, Mars is going to conjunct Neptune this month, which is going to make it much more intense. Now, that has two sides to that coin, okay? Every conjunction or every planet, every archetype has two sides to the energy. So Mars and Neptune on one side can be massive amounts of delusion, massive amounts of illusion. The media hyping shit up even way more than it already is. It can be, just things getting like you feel like you're in the Twilight Zone times 10, like you're going down a rabbit hole, into more rabbit holes. Okay, but the other side, when you learn to surrender into that energy and focus on what's in your reality, you become the spiritual warrior. You tune into your own energy as opposed to tuning into the outside energy. You take that energy back. This is about bringing our power back and identifying who you're giving and what you're giving your power to. And so much of it is on your fucking phone screen, on your TV screen, on your computer screen. All this technology and electronics, yes, it's beneficial. Of course, you're watching it on here right now. But it's also detrimental when we get caught up in it, okay? So we have to take a step back and really focus on our reality right here in the present moment, in the present time, in the present space, okay? And when Mars conjunct Neptune, it's going to be exact on the 12th, okay? But it's basically going to be conjunct just about all month, okay? Because I give it like a 3 or 4 degree orb. When these planets are conjunct, this can be the deepest, most passionate spiritual journey that you've ever, like this feeling of this, like this feeling that you have within you that you want to dive deeper into the spiritual journey, deeper than you've ever gone before, okay? This is a massive, and it's also square over to Venus retrograde and the sun. So this is going to hit hard, and it's going to hit in a way that doesn't feel good, guys. But that's okay, okay? This is mutable energy too. So especially if you have a lot of fixed energy in your chart or a lot of cardinal energy in your chart, like I do, okay? Cardinal energy likes to make shit happen, likes to get it going, right? Fixed energy likes to get in a mind state and keep it that way. It likes structure, okay? Those two things will not work with this kind of energy, especially with eclipses, and especially, yeah, especially with the eclipses and these aspects. The universe is going to kind of say, sorry about your luck, go fuck yourself. All right, deal with it, okay? This is spiritual boot camp, all right? Spiritual Special Forces, SSF. Ah, shit, I like that. I think I'm going to make a clothing line, Spiritual Special Forces, right fucking here. This is what we're doing, all right? This growth, this internal work that we're doing is the Spiritual Special Forces. And with aspects like this, we have to be ready to change on a dime. We have to be ready to move with the oceans of the energy, because the energy here, they're like fucking tidal waves now, guys. Okay? But the tidal waves, This is Pachamama. This is the universe saying to us, hey guys, look, you need to purge this shit and straighten the fuck up and stop messing around. Or, you know, bad shit's gonna happen. And the people that are trying to control and trying to suppress and trying to hold down, those people are going to go into the dystopian world, okay? If you want to know about the dystopia utopia for this next couple years, check out my video Saturn in Aquarius 2020, dystopia or utopia, okay? Now the people that choose to go to the utopian version are going to be aware of all this dark, deep, shitty energy, and they're going to hold that high vibration, create a community of high vibration individuals, people that all support and help each other and network and grow and appreciate each other. And as we grow and network and appreciate each other, we utilize each other's talents. Because look, you make friends that have a high vibration, everyone has a gift. In fact, everyone in the world has a gift. It's just the people that have it, that don't utilize them are the people that aren't living their purpose, that are basically living a lie. And there's a lot of people out there living a lie. And that is the problem right now. But there are a lot of people that are waking up to their truth, that are waking up to their purpose. And I can look at anybody's chart and see what their true divine purpose is. But the key is, in order to be able to awaken that purpose within, in order to be able to identify what that purpose is, you must be willing to face the shadow. So we are going through this new eclipse process, this next 6 months. Okay, and I'm going to make a video on the next 3 eclipses that we have coming up, because we have 3 in a row coming up. 2 in June, 1 in July. 3 eclipses in a row, okay? 6 in total this year. These 3 eclipses in a row are going to sort of traverse us into this next reality. I almost see us like going into a black hole and coming out the other side into a whole other reality. Like, if you haven't been doing the work within, or if you haven't been working on your shadow and you're disconnected from your heart, it's those people that are going to have a really, really tough time with this. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's why the suicide rate is up. That's why antidepressants and, you know, depression, anxiety, like if you have mental health imbalances, you need to go connect with someone, maybe get some professional help. You know, join my opportunity community. It's incredibly therapeutic. Trust me, I'm telling you. It's my therapy, and it's therapy for many other people. Okay, but creating the community will be your therapy if you choose to embrace that and go in that direction. But if you don't embrace the therapeutic aspect and you feel like you need, you know, some professional help, please go seek professional help, because these energies are basically calling you out on your own bullshit. So if you've been living a lie, this energy is going to show you that you're lying to yourself, and you're going to feel like you're completely shut off from everything and anything. You're going to feel lost. Okay. And we don't want to perpetuate that. Okay. So the work that we do within ourselves is going to help the collective. It's going to help others. Okay. So on June 1st, we have this 888 numerological portal, but it's with the most vulnerable and unexpected energies within our consciousness. Okay, so this means that we have to embrace that part of our consciousness, and if we do embrace it, we are going to break through. I'm telling you what, like, no amount of any plant medicine, no amount of therapy, there's no amount of really any kind of therapies out there at all could help you as much as making the decision to face yourself in this energy right here. This is wiping away ancestral and karmic trauma. I'm talking about lifetimes of trauma. This is massive, guys, because we are ascending. We are ascending our vibration to this next dimension. And when I say dimension, guys, it's not woo-woo. It's basically a perspective shift, okay? It's coming from the heart as opposed to coming from the mind. It's living in love versus living in fear. That's all it is, okay? So just remember that when I say, you know, we are ascending to the, you know, 5th dimension or the 4th dimension or whatever belief system that you have, okay, we are going higher because we are shedding all this stuff, and you can see it out in the world everywhere. It has to happen this way because this is how humanity has been in the age of Pisces, okay? So then coming into the month, we have a lunar eclipse on the 5th of June. All right. So, oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's go back here for a second. On June 2nd, we have the Sun conjunct Venus. Okay. So the Sun conjunct Venus is going to be very powerful as well. Now, I'm sorry, it's on the June 3rd. Okay. So June 3rd, the Sun is going to conjunct Venus at 13 degrees. Now, Venus is still retrograde, right? But when the Sun shines a light on Venus, this is really looking at this fundamental lesson that we're learning, which is going to have to do with money and relationships. I know there is so much to learn and step up our game in our relationships. What kind of relationship do you really want and why? And where do you want to be financially? What is holding you back? And these energies are going to come up to be looked at. And it's interesting that we even have a square from the Sun and Venus to Mars, and a sesquiquadrate to Pluto and Jupiter. Now, a sesquiquadrate equates to a past life lesson, or a past life gift, or some kind of past life energy. Okay, so this could be either, you know, you getting passed down some money unexpectedly, or this could be you coming together with your soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call it, or this could be learning a massive lesson, or letting go, or shedding some kind of past life energy that we had been holding on to for generations and we didn't even know it. Okay. If you are not in a relationship and you want to have the ultimate relationship, that like power couple, like twin flame, fucking I love you, no, I love you, like let's create an empire together. This is actually an energy that will release the blockage to that. Okay, so once this blockage is released, it's going to allow us to really step in to that core part of ourselves. And it's going to be uncomfortable letting go of this, because it's been so deep in there. It's like part of our DNA. It's ingrained in us. Okay, so we have to be willing to step into that. And we're going to, not to mention, this is just 2 days before a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. Now, I'm going to make another video entirely on just this lunar eclipse alone. But, you know, of course, this is with Sagittarius and being a lunar eclipse, this is about letting go of the past and letting go of the idea that you think you can have control over all this shit that's going on the outside world. Okay, a lot of this stuff, like there's so much misinformation. There's too much information. The information is skewed. Everybody's fucking lying right now because everybody has an agenda. Okay, you have to ask yourself, what is your agenda? And stop paying attention to everybody else's agenda and start focusing on creating your own agenda. Okay, an agenda doesn't have to be bad. Agenda can be good. Okay, an agenda is necessary. Okay, we all have an agenda for our life. Our life purpose is an agenda. So what is your agenda for what you want your life to look like? And whatever is blocking that, get out of here. Okay, and this is going to be just about opposed to Venus as well. So we're having a lot of energy here, letting go of the past, letting go of relationships that don't work, letting go of behavior patterns that don't work, letting go of things that block money, letting things go that block love, letting things go that block fucking happiness, really at the core. Okay, so allow this stuff to come out, and this can manifest in ascension symptoms: physical, like feeling exhausted, feeling tired. You know, emotional roller coasters. No matter how emotionally strong or stable you are, you're going to feel it. Now, you know, a lot of astrologers, you know, we have, because we study this and because we sort of expect these kind of things to happen, it's, you know, you can anticipate the energy a little bit and you can be prepared for it. You can still feel it going through you, but we sort of like, we know what's going on, and it's like, all right, just lay here and just let it go through me. Like, it is what it is. All right, we accept it and we allow it to flow through us. So the key here is acceptance, of course, and going into it with an idea of being able to go into the unknown. This is all about embracing the unknown and embracing the shadow, because in that shadow is where the gifts really are. Okay, so June 5th is going to be a huge freaking day. All right, now June 12th, let's go to June 12th. Okay, now here we see that Mars is exactly conjunct to Neptune at 20 degrees of Pisces. And here the moon is at 17 degrees, but the moon is going to also conjunct Mars and Neptune at the same time. So this is massive because with the moon's going over it, it's going to make this conjunction that much more powerful, right? Because emotionally, we're going to feel it all. And this is in Pisces. It's immutable energy. We're going to change our mind. Like, wait, I want to go this way. Don't go that way. Now, like, follow me for a second here. Like, say you're listening to different parties out here. Like, okay, these people are saying this. Like, I like that idea, and fuck, I like that idea, and I like this idea, but I don't like this idea, and fuck them, and who's that? And there's so many different directions you can go with this. You can lose yourself and go in the different directions. You need to take that power back, bring it back in yourself. Like, what is my idea? What do I want to create? What do I represent? What do I want to be? What do I want to do? This is all about taking our power back and realizing and bringing up the conscious mind about what is really going on in this world in relation to our world. Okay, am I working, the job that I really want? Am I creating the life I really want? Am I in a relationship? And look, like, a lot of people are not in these situations, and these situations are getting called out. That's why I'm saying that this is the beginning of the fucking craziness. Okay, this is the beginning of the next phase. So this is calling you out on the deepest shit that you've ever been called out before in your life, but it's giving you an opportunity to face it so that you can create the life that you really, really do want. And if you are not in that place, don't beat yourself up about it, okay? Because there's a part like, fuck, like, I'm really not happy with my relationship, and I hate my boss, and I blah, 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 and I don't like my work. Okay, then let's make a plan to turn it around, which ironically is exactly what we do in my opportunity community. If you want to check out that, please go to the link below, and it's at my website. All right. But anyways, and this is literally 7 days after a lunar eclipse, guys. Okay. So this is another mutable energy. So this whole month is going to feel wonky. It's going to feel weird. We're letting go of so much stuff. It's going to be really important to stay grounded, to stay true to yourself, and to honor your feelings, whatever is coming up. Okay. We have to stay true to those feelings. And through this whole period too, if you notice, Pluto and Jupiter are quincunx over to the North Node and the Sun, as the Sun's getting closer to the last few degrees of Gemini. So this quincunx, again, another layer, is going to be pressurizing. It's like a pressure cooker, but we can't quite see it. We can't quite feel it. All right. This is about the structure of our life and how we want to present ourselves to the world. Like, we're looking at our destiny. We're feeling this calling. We're feeling this feeling. Fuck, I want to do something. I want to make something happen. I want to create something. I need to get out there. But we don't know what to do. So then when you follow other people's stuff, then that's when you end up going to protests and getting into fights, and all that stuff starts to happen because you're following other people's energy. It's so important when in this energy, because it's so immutable and it's so confusing, you can't quite put your finger on it. You have to trust your own knowledge. You have to trust your own intuition. You have to trust your own heart. The heart is what's going to guide you through this. And Pluto, quincunx over to the Sun, is digging coring all the way to the very center of the soul. We are journeying to the center of the soul this month. And we're right near there now, but we're going to go even deeper, guys. Okay. So just be ready for it, because this is going to be so intense. All right. So then, this is sort of just playing out, okay, for the whole month. So next we have June 18th. Okay. We come up to Lilith again. This freaking Lilith, all right, is going to be conjuncting Chiron again. So this is the 6th time in the last 2 months that Lilith has conjunct Chiron. It goes retrograde, then direct, then retrograde, and direct. It's even conjuncted Uranus twice as well. So this is a theme that this very subtle, like, edgy kind of energy around the edge of our consciousness is playing, and it's a trickster, right? If you want to know more about the Black Moon Lilith energy, please go watch my boy the Peace Dealers videos. Look up your natal chart and look up and see where Black Moon Lilith is in your chart, and go look up his Black Moon Lilith videos. They're so fucking on point. Match the house with the sign, and you'll be blown away. But this is a very like a very impulsive, very like I want it now, let's do it, but then you regret it after, right? So we got to be careful with that impulsive energy. It's gonna but it's there to bring out this vulnerability. Now, when it conjuncts first, okay, on the 18th, that's like hitting the peak of like of internally feeling this. I want something. I want to get out there. I want to just you're like jumping out of your skin. You're like you want to be touched. You want to get laid. You want to have fun. You want to feel good. You want to. This can even be addictions or like substances or like ideas or like I want to feel a certain way. I want to experience a certain thing, and I just want it now. Fuck, can I just get it now? And you'll go out and you'll start to sort of compensate and try to get it however you can. Hopefully that won't happen, right? Or hopefully you'll watch this, you'll be aware of it, and you'll be able to balance that out. But then on the 23rd, Lilith will be direct, and it'll conjunct Chiron again. So now there's on the outside, right? This one to get out there, feeling sexy, feeling like this is almost like I want validation, I want attention, me. I want to feel sexy, I want to feel good. Come pay attention to me, make me feel good. All right. So especially with women, we're going to see a lot of that, but men do it in a more covert kind of way. It's more like, the woman is flaunting her shit. She's twerking on the boat. And then the dude walks up and is like, what's up, baby? That whole thing. But then he gets rejected. That's the Chiron energy. And then that rejection, he's like, oh man. And then he goes and drinks a case of beer and just gets depressed with his boys and goes sits around and bitches how that chick was a whore. Like that's the kind of energy, that's going on right now. So just be advised and be careful of that. Okay. And also right around this time, if you notice, Mars is squaring the nodes. Woo! So, and this is a mutable T-square. So there's a lot of this, there's so much mutable energy going on right now, while these powerhouses of energies at the end of Capricorn and beginning of Aquarius are all retrograde in this cardinal energy. So it's like we're trying to figure out how to like get this new shit started, this new foundation within ourselves. We're trying to reestablish this equilibrium within ourselves. This mutable energy is just fucking throwing us all over the freaking place. And when Mars is square the nodes, it's like we're getting frustrated, we're getting pissed, we're getting like we're impatient. We want to make shit happen now. We want to let go of this shit now. What the hell can I do to change to get this result that I want? Now, and especially with Chiron there, conjunct Lilith, that's going to make it even more vulnerable and more frustrating. So I'm only saying this, guys, to illustrate the importance of staying heart-centered, staying true to yourself, surrounding yourself with people that you feel elated with, people that you know and trust and love and are able to support you in every way. And on top of that, the sun now is coming to the end of Gemini, where it's going to conjunct the North Node. Okay, the sun will conjunct actually coming up to the the solar eclipse at 0 degrees of Cancer. And again, I'm going to make a separate video on that alone. But now with this new moon, with this new moon solar eclipse at 0 degrees, okay, conjunct the North Node at 29 degrees of Gemini. All right. This has only happened. The last time this happened was in 2001, right? Yeah. So it was in June 2001, which was just a few months before 9/11. Okay, so this is another major aspect between the Jupiter-Pluto conjunctions, 3 this year, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction we had in January. We're going to have the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in December. We're having 6 eclipses this year. Guys, there is more massive life-changing and transformative energies going on this year than we have seen, I think, ever in recorded history. This is massive. This is fucking huge. Okay? So if you think shit's crazy now, this is like the end. What we're seeing is like the end of this era. And we're moving into a new era. Things are going to get crazier, but then transform into a different place. It's going to become different. I will, depending on which direction you're going, it's going to be much better or it's going to be much worse. Okay. But I personally believe that the people like you and I and others that are awakened, that are creating this new space in this higher dimensional reality, we are the ones that are actually doing the work to bring humanity in to this new utopia. And I choose to believe that because, well, I feel it and I see it, and I know that there's a lot more of us out there than they realize. Okay. But what's important is, we've all sort of been like we've been waking up, we've been doing the internal work, but we still haven't been getting proactive, and rightfully so, because all the situations haven't allowed us or given us an opportunity to really stand in our power and shine. Now is the time. The universe this month is calling us all to stand up and to make it known that we are the dominant force in this world, and we are going to lead this new direction in this new higher vibrational world. Okay. Now we also have, let's see, June 18th, we have Mercury going retrograde. Okay. So June 18th. So on top of all this other stuff, we're going to have a week where we're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we count Black Moon Lilith, 6 planets retrograde. Okay. Whew, man, it's a lot of internal stuff. But hallelujah, after this, so let's see. So we have the solar eclipse at 0 degrees of Cancer, which, 0 degrees is a master number. I mean, that is literally cutting the tie to the past. This is literally coming in there and snipping off the past and saying, okay, goodbye. We've only seen this twice in the last 120 years, guys. Okay. So, and we're not going to see this in our lifetime again. All right. So we need to really take heed to these energies and allow them to take us. This is really opening up a new place for us to go. A solar eclipse is all about new beginnings. Okay. Bring us into the future. So let's do this as efficiently as possible. Because look, it's not going to be easy. There's nothing easy at all about this month. But this is very transformational, and this can bring in the most amazing. This can bring in the love of your life. This could bring in a huge opportunity that's going to change your life financially. This could bring in the best group of people that you ever thought possible, the best support system, the best thing that you've been slacking on or lacking in your life that you ever thought possible. And it's going to create a whole new world for you. Okay. So June 25th, hallelujah. We have Venus going direct. Okay. So the end of the month, we have Venus going direct. And on that day, we have a yod that is pointing to Saturn at 0 degrees. Okay. So not only during the solar eclipse is the sun and the moon at 0 degrees, conjunct the north node at 29 degrees, we have Saturn at 0 degrees as well. Okay. 0 degrees is the void space. Okay. 29 degrees is the master number. Oh, and we also have Jupiter now and Pluto coming into 24 degrees together. So they're gonna conjunct exact on June 30th. All right, and I'm gonna show you an interesting fact there too in a minute. All right, but this yod, the moon in Virgo. Virgo is all about purification, right? It's all about structure, and it's all about getting rid of the superfluous, right? The shit that doesn't matter. Okay, Saturn is about structure as well. All right, so and then it's quincunx over to the north node. Woo! So the moon sextile the north node. This is us like getting a really big dose. And at 0 degrees, the learning lesson, okay, with the yod or finger of God, there's a point of lessons here, okay? And this is just 5 days after this solar eclipse at 0 degrees. So we're going to have this yod with the learning lesson at Saturn at 0 degrees, which is teaching us, hey, okay, this is us really stepping in to the Aquarian age. But this is internal. This is an internal shift, and this is an internal realization like, wow, nothing's ever going to be the same. Okay? And we also have Neptune going retrograde as well on the, let's see, the 23rd. Okay? So, fuck, there's really no break this month. It's going to keep coming and coming and coming. So this yod is going to activate this deeper desire. Like I was saying the other day in one of my daily energy reports, we're like this, you know, one of those cars that you rev up and it like revs up their wheels like you know. So this is like the final rev, and then it's putting the car on the ground. The tires are fucking screeching, and right. But we're going so fast, it's like the NOS is already on. Like, holy fuck, we're strapped in. We have to let go and allow God to drive. Okay? Let it go and allow it to flow. Because really, when you really think about it, especially with this fast and this crazy and intense, all this shit's going, we have no control, guys. There is no control. Oh, I'm sorry. And the sun moves, of course, into Cancer on the 21st when we have that solar eclipse. So happy birthday to all my Cancers. I'm telling you right now, if you're early degree Cancer or a late degree Gemini, man, you're going to have one hell of a solar return. Yes, please let me know if you'd like a reading, because that's definitely going to be some massive, massive energies that you're going to have to traverse this year. But you guys are going to be like the teachers of the nurturing for this new generation. This next year is going to be so, so big for you. Okay. I suppose Capricorns too, because that's the opposite. And hey, that's me. Hi, I'm a Cappy. All right, so let's see. We have June 30th. So on June 30th, let's go to June 30th. Okay, switch to hours. And let's find the... Okay, here we go. Okay, so you guys see that? So June 30th at 12:09 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have Saturn at 0 degrees, 6 minutes, Pluto at 24 degrees, 6 minutes, and Jupiter at 24 degrees, 6 minutes. So when, and let me see, I thought I saw one other one here. No, guess I didn't. Okay, so we can see here that the exact minute that Pluto and Jupiter are conjunct, there's going to be a 666. Okay, now, when I say that, okay, 666 in numerology refers to structure. It refers to watching your ego. Okay, it refers to paying attention to every thought, every emotion, every act that you do. Okay? And especially with these three planets, this is like saying, hey guys, okay, this is where, like, are you gonna choose to give in to your bad habits? Are you gonna choose to give in to all the shit that you really don't want to bring forward in your life? This is like the universe sitting down with you, having a serious conversation. Is like, what's your decision? Literally, the universe sitting down with you. What do you want? What is your decision? Where are we gonna go from here? And you have to make that decision. So be very, very aware. You have to be the conscious observer of your own mind. And Saturn here is also quincunx to the North Node. Okay, so this is like, you know, your father when you're a little kid sitting you down saying, like, look, there's a lot of bad shit going on. Okay, are you going to allow this bad shit to run you, or are you gonna make the choice, the decision to rise up? But if you want to make that choice, you have to face yourself. You have to face all this trauma and all this baggage that you've been carrying around, and you have to purge it. You have to let it go. Are you going to choose to face that and then go into this utopia that we are heading into, well, like next year? Or are you going to just try to stay as comfortable as possible during this bumpy ride? What's it going to be? And whatever decision that you make in your mind, that's where you're going to be. Okay, this is the moment, June 30th, guys. Okay. This is the moment. Once you make that decision, that's it. And Mercury is retrograde during this time too. In fact, if we look at where'd it go? That's no, that's not what I want. We have, oh, that's okay. So on July 1st, okay, I know this is June, but we're going to go a day into July. We have okay, so on July 1st at 2:09 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, okay, we have Chiron at 9 degrees Aries, Uranus at 9 degrees of Taurus. You have Mercury retrograde at 9 degrees, and the sun at 9 degrees of Cancer. So on top of literally on the next day after we experience that 6666 energy, okay, we are going to come into a 9999 energy with Mercury being involved in that, okay? So the 9 represents endings, right? That represents the end of the road. So I can't stress this enough, guys. This is your time. This is your ability. This is where the rubber meets the road. And this is where reality is really going to kick in. Okay. Now, this decision, this process is going to be very internal. It's not going to be something that you're going to say to anybody that you might not even really feel. It's going to be a still small voice. It's going to be like, what do you want to do? And then internally, you're just going to be like, okay, I want to fix my stuff. Or, no, let's just go hang out. I don't want to think about it. You have to be ready for this because I'll tell you what, guys, you don't want to be one of the ones that is going to choose to stay stuck in that third dimension, stuck in that fear. This is our opportunity, okay? Share this with everyone you know. People need to hear this. People need to realize that they have this choice. People need to realize that this decision is coming. It is in the cosmos. It is everywhere. You know that this is coming. And the end of June, coming into July, is where this decision will be made. And the second half of this year, Mars is also on June 28th. Mars is also coming into Aries. And then Mars is going to go retrograde into Aries. So Mars is going to be in Aries, which Mars rules Aries, for the rest of the year. Okay? So you want to talk about people like when Mars goes retrograde, people being frustrated, pissed, irritable. You want to talk about shit getting like, if you choose to stay in this deeper, darker energy, that Mars is going to take over and you're going to be frustrated, irritated. It's just going to go wrong. You do not want to be one of those people. Share this information, okay? Please. Let's all evolve and raise our consciousness together, okay? So thank you guys so much for tuning in, for watching this. If you're still here, I know this is a long video, but please like, share, and subscribe. Get this message out. Let them know, all right? We have to make sure that we, first and foremost, are putting on our oxygen mask before everyone else, but we want everybody else to get one on too, all right? So I love you very much. Please check out my website. Join my opportunity community. It's absolutely amazing, and we're growing and learning, and we're spreading these messages, and we're having so many breakthroughs. It's absolutely awesome. Please, if you would like an astrology reading or spiritual health coaching, you can get that on my website too, and download my free ebook, 25 Steps to Navigating the Ascension Process. Thank you so much. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you on the next report. Namaste.